you remember? I know we're running out of time, but do you remember me telling you about that employee of mine that had squatters move into his house and how we got them out?
Yeah. Tell that story as much of it as you want to tell.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
His name was Steve, and he had his house wired up IoT. I mean, he had all the greatest and most wonderful gadgets, and we had a real problem. Here in Texas at the time, people were watching for abandoned homes, or what they considered abandoned homes, and they would move in. Well, we had Steve out on a project, and he was gone for like 3 weeks. And when he got home, he had a family of 7 non-speaking immigrants who moved into his house. And at the time, if you had a utility bill in your name, you had rights to be there. So that was the trick. They changed the utility bill to their name. So Steve, he can't believe what's going on. He calls the cops. The squatters say, well, he's renting it to us for cash each month. And Steve said, no, I'm not. And cops have no way of knowing. And they ask the utility bill in the people's residence name. They pull it out. There's nothing the cops can do. So, since his house was wired up, I was really feeling bad about this because, I mean, he was on the job.
Yeah.
We got together, and we knew that he had that house fully wired. He had 3 kids. I don't know if I should tell this part. Why not? They had 3 kids. They were small kids, probably under 6. And we were monitoring everything they did. So when the kids trying to watch TV, they put, the parents come in there and they put on cartoons and walk out. Well, we put it over to the porno channels. Oh. Okay, parents walk back in, and they just totally freak out. Here's kids like, hey, what's this? Or whatever language they spoke. The parents freak out, spank them, put it back on cartoons. We did that about 3 or 4 times a day where the kids wouldn't even watch TV. Well, we burned a lot of their food. The stove was IoT. We turned the fridge off. And in the fridge. And we finally got them out. I mean, we were playing with, I don't know if people know what the brown note is, but we were having random brown note outbursts on the surround sound and stuff, which it didn't affect people.
And
so finally...
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, they would go to sleep. We were hitting them with weird music. We tried everything we could to get them out of there. And we were parked in a van on the street looking at the house. I mean, this was one of our war driving vans. And we just couldn't figure out what it would take to get these people out. And finally, it came to me. Yoko Ono. Well, about 3 in the morning, we cranked it up, and Yoko Ono came on screaming and howling and caterwauling and all that. And those people came out of that house. The second they came out, Steve went in and locked it. And since they were out, there was nothing they could do. We called the cops. They got escorted away. But that's how IoT can work.
Yeah.
We got Steve's house back, but those people, I'm quite sure they thought it was haunted or something. It's not their house. They don't know how it's wired up. It's a crazy house.
Yeah, Yoko is even worse than haunted, I think. And of course, how would you like to be hit with 150 decibels of Yoko Ono in the middle of the night when you're dead asleep? I remember you told me the Yoko Ono thing and gave me a link to the video. Yeah, she's literally just screaming, and so yeah, that should do it. And that really is kind of where we are right now. We're in that kind of a situation as we sleepwalk into this surveillance society, and we're setting up all these different things that are going to be used against us. Davos has even said they're going to be used against us, and yet we continue to go further and further into this. All of this Internet of Things, all of the stuff with the cars and that type of thing, because about that same time,